Guys, I am bringing you another recipe from my shtf binder. It is sweetened condensed milk. And what you're going to need to do this with, get a pen. First I'm going to take 1 1/3. Oh no, excuse me. Wrong one. It takes half a cup of water, 1 cup of sugar. I'm letting this butter melt real quick so it doesn't take very long to melt. Okay, half a cup of water, 3 tablespoons of butter. You can use margarine or butter flavored shortening, but I prefer real butter. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of sugar, we got to get this to a boil. Oh, and you put in just a dash of salt. Just a little bit of salt. Just stir it every now and then until it comes to a full rolling boil. After we get done with this, I'm going to make, I'm going to try to make caramel out of it. I had a guy tell me on my channel about it, about using sweetened condensed milk to make the best tasting caramel you've ever had. And basically he gets a can of sweetened condensed milk, not the pull top kind, but the regular kind. And he boils it for like 3 hours. So, and it's supposed to make excellent caramel. I am going to try it and see if it's very good. And see what happens with it. I'll let you guys know. Okay, what we're going to do is you stir the mixture now and then. When it comes to a full rolling boil, we're going to remove it from the heat. We're going to allow it to cool slightly, and we're going to grab 1 cup of instant dry powdered milk. Now, one of these little packages that's got 3.2 ounces in it, that's 1 cup of instant milk. It makes a quart of milk, regular milk. Of course, I don't really care for the taste of instant milk as far as drinking goes, but one of these little 3.2 packages, you can get them at Walmart. There's like 3 or 4 of these to a box. One of these is a cup. So now, when we get this boiling and we remove it from the heat, we have to use a whisk to mix in the milk. The reason being is because it's a little harder to mix. It'd be lumpy if you don't, and you don't want lumpy. So you can use a mixer if you wish, but I'm just going to use this. We're going to make some sweetened condensed milk. Where did my jar go? Oh, here it is. I have the jar. I've got the temperature up higher than I did on the chocolate sauce recipe, so it's going to boil much faster. The reason being is because I didn't want you guys to have to wait. It's already bubbling a little bit. So we stir the mixture every now and then. When it comes to a full rolling boil, we remove it from the heat. Allow it to cool slightly. Okay. Okay, it's a full rolling boil. That's how fast this oven, or this stove can do it when it wants to. A lot of times I don't allow it to get that hot that fast because I don't want to burn anything or make it stick. So we're going to let this cool slightly. He didn't say how much is slightly. So I'm guessing that it, we'll let it cool for like 1 minute. This is supposed to be the equivalent of a can of sweetened condensed milk, and I'm guessing it's the bigger can. I have those little bitty ones. Okay. Been about a minute. Okay. We're just going to stir it. I use a whisk for most of my mixing rather than an electric mixer, just because. He says this will keep unrefrigerated for a day or two, or in the fridge it will keep for a couple of weeks. If you want to store it longer than that, freeze it. Just whisk it till it's smooth. Looks pretty smooth to me. Okay. I do believe that is sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to pour it in a jar. I'm going to taste it too. Let me get this tilted back up. Not bad. It's actually pretty tasty. I'm going to let it cool on the counter just a little bit before I put the lid on it. And anyway, guys, that's how you make sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to try to turn this into caramel next. Maybe not today. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I wish I had a smaller jar. All I have is these great big jars. If I had a smaller jar, it'd be easier to put it down in water. But this is so tall. And I'm not sure. I got to find out if it has to be covered with water or just in water. The way it stands with this jar, it'll just be in water. So we don't know if it's going to turn out or not. But you'll be right along for the ride when we do. And if that's the case, you could have caramel topping, chocolate topping, sweetened condensed milk, all kinds of things. And this is super simple, super easy, super fast. Okay? And you know, sweetened condensed milk costs X amount of dollars at the store. It might cost a couple of bucks for a can. I don't even know. I haven't bought any in so long. I don't know. But when you've got the stuff at home, and you know, you don't even have to go to the store. You just make your own. So I'll go back over the recipe. I'm going to read it to you word for word. So it says, for sweetened condensed milk on the stove, bring it to a boil. 1/2 cup of water, 1 cup sugar, and 3 tablespoons of margarine or shortening. Butter flavored is good. Add a dash of salt. I use regular butter. I didn't use margarine. So I always use real butter. I don't want to use margarine. It's like one molecule away from plastic, you know. Anyways, get back to where it was. 3 tablespoons of margarine or shortening. Butter flavored shortening is good. Add a dash of salt. Stir the mixture every now and then. When it comes to a full rolling boil, remove it from the heat. Allow it to cool slightly. Add a cup of instant dry milk powder. Use a whisk to stir it smooth. A fork or spoon will not get the mixture smooth. You really need a whisk or egg beaters. There, you're done. It is an equivalent of a can of sweetened condensed milk. This will keep unrefrigerated for a day or two because of the sugar. I have never kept it longer than that without refrigeration. In the fridge, it will keep for a couple of weeks. For longer than that, I freeze it. So there you go. And it does taste good. Tastes just fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with the flavor. So anyway, yes, if you guys would hit the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, consider supporting the channel. Check out my links down below, and y'all come back and see me.